Here is just a screenshot of Xavier Worthy hit a 4.21 at the 40-yard dash last year. That dude was not playing any kind of games.
Oh my God! Look at his start. Oh my! Look at his drive. That's picture perfect right there.
And he pulled. And the funny part is he slowed down at 40. If you look at this, he
Yeah,
started pulling back right here.
right there. Yeah, he slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, he probably could have broke 4.2. That's crazy.
He
That's
could have got
crazy work.
a 4.19 if anything.
Yeah, that boy. Hey, crazy work. So
He's that fast.
congratulations to him. He got drafted. But unfortunately, this happened on March 8th. Xavier Worthy arrested on felony domestic violence charge. Kansas City Chiefs wideout Xavier Worthy was arrested Friday in Williamson County, Texas, on a charge of assault of a family or house member by impeding the breathing or circulation. In other words, he choked her out. That's what was saying. Thanks, Nico. If you've joined us, hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it, and let us know that you are here. Worthy, 21, was booked into jail on Friday night by the Williamson County Police Sheriff's Office. Online records did not have the details of the arrest for the player, who had not posted bond as of early Saturday afternoon. So dude was in jail overnight and into Saturday afternoon. The chief said they were aware of Worthy's arrest and gathered information. And, you know, what this really turned into was his girlfriend / fiance called the people on him, and they came and picked him up. Here is the Twitter post. Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy was assaulting Tia Jones by impeding her breathing. Again, that's just choking her out. This is Miss Tia. Of course, she's a baddie. He's a pro player, so there's no surprise here. So let's act like we've never seen a pro player with an attractive woman before. But this is his mugshot. Notice there's a couple things missing from Xavier Henry when we look Worthy. When we saw him over here, he looked one way. But then when we see him here, he looks a little bit different because he's missing a couple things. Here is the booking record and assault, family, house, MP, breathing, circulation. So 5'11", 169. Not the biggest dude, but he's a baller. However, fortunately, he has lawyers. We are aware of the allegation that led to Mr. Worthy's arrest. We are working with law enforcement to ensure that they have the benefit of the totality of the circumstances that led to this allegation. The complaint was recently asked, the complainant was recently asked to vacate Mr. Worthy's residence upon discovery of her infidelity. She has refused to do so and made a number of exorbitant efforts prior to resorting to this baseless allegations against Mr. Worthy. We will continue to cooperate, blah, blah, blah. So basically, she lied. That's what the lawyers are saying. And now we're going to go. Before this, we're going to pause right there. So basically, what this document is saying is that his representation is saying that she cheated, she tore some stuff up, and he put her out, and she wouldn't leave. And so because she got upset because he basically probably threw her out on her, made her homeless, she got upset and called the police on him. That's really the gist of this entire story.
Yep. That tends to typically happen. And to be quite honest with you all, like, a lot of women don't take rejection in that matter well, and she didn't want to believe it because she was like, oh, I lost the prize. Oh my God. It's like, he ain't going to get away with it. I'm going to try to ruin his life just so I can look good or validate how I already feel, whatever. So just unfortunate, man. Guy of his potential. You could tell he's a pretty good dude. but just with the wrong woman. She's the wrong woman.
Yeah, if it wasn't obvious before, it's pretty obvious now. So the hope is that this man has learned from this. But in the history of athletes and entertainers and YNs, we already know what's the likelihood, and I hope I'm wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too.
Of the likelihood of what's going to happen. So after this, let's see where he is now. So Kansas City Chiefs Xavier Worthy focuses on new beginnings after domestic violence arrests. And the article I meant to show you guys that I forgot was to show the article of him being exonerated from all charges because they found that it was basically a lie. And they looked at the, because unfortunately, he has a Ring camera. So he has video evidence of what exactly happened.
Mm-hmm.
New beginnings 21 Worthy 21 wrote via Instagram Sunday, March 9th after a selfie of him lounging in the bed with one hand resting on his head. News broke March 8th, blah, blah, blah. And after further investigation by the Williamson County Sheriff's Office and further discussion with third-party witnesses, Mr. Worthy and his attorneys, this case has been declined at this time pending completion of investigation by the Williamson County Sheriff's Office. Basically, they found out he was lying. Now, while them dreads, where his dreads were, she pulled a few of them out. Domestic violence. Now, had it been a man that pulled a woman's hair out, even if it's fake,
you're done.
Where would he be?
In jail.
Where would he be? Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts. This man had to cut his hair because she pulled his braids out. That's the real answer.
Got a nice haircut, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good haircut, but I'm just saying, but that should not be the reason that he got a haircut.
Exactly.
Let's see. They continued. She was asked multiple times over the last 2 weeks to get the hell out of Worthy's residence upon discovery of her cheating, which a private investigator have visited video evidence of. So he hired a PI on her. She refused to vacate the residence and made a number of crazy efforts prior to resorting to baseless allegations. She destroyed a room in the residence, scratched Mr. Worthy's face, and ripped out parts of his hair, which there is photographic evidence of. Mr. Worthy told law enforcement at the time of the incident he did not want to press charges. You effing idiot. See, this is why, unfortunately, women get away with this stuff. Because you done got cuts, you done found her cheating, and she tore yourself up. I don't care how rich you are. Yes, you can replace it. However, these are teachable moments. I don't care how much you love. If she don't love you, press charges. Make her tail go to jail. She needs to be in jail because had you did that to her, she put you in jail and you didn't even do nothing. And then you talking about you don't want to press charges. See, this is how you know. This is sign 2, how you know he's going to forgive her and say, oh, the Lord has shown me. You already know. And this types of stuff pisses me off. When this is why some women are not accountable because the men don't make them. When they do something wrong or something that's out of pocket, they just put their head down and turn to say, you know what? It's okay. We be together. So then when she cheats on him again and gets knocked up, which is probably going to happen, and tricks him into marrying her, then when he retires, she's going to take half his income and
she most definitely is.
So we already know the end of the story. He's 21. I mean, let's hope I'm wrong. And if it's wrong, I will be right here on this camera and say I'm wrong. But I have not been wrong about this stuff yet.
I want us to be wrong because what I predicted, he's going to get back with her. He's going to say, the Lord brought us together. It's probably going to give a couple weeks. He's probably going to mess around with her on the side in secret. And then when, give it his second contract, you're going to see her at the press conference holding his hand and say,
you
baby,
think it's gonna take that long? You think it's gonna wait to the second? You think it's gonna take the second press conference
for him to show her to the world again?
Oh, yeah.
Because he right now it's a little sour, and he knows the reaction. He knows the social media people gonna get on him. Yeah. But second contract, you're gonna see her right by his side doing the press conference.
Lord have mercy.
But he will get back with her probably in a few weeks. The Lord, God brought him back together. We all go through hard times. That's not hard times you want to go through. No.
Here's a couple statistics on male domestic violence. So this does happen. So, of course, 1 in 4 women has been abused, which is more than 1 in 4, but 1 of 7 men. And these are the reported cases, because I see it all the time. Women slapping dudes upside the head, doing all this stuff. Like, look, I learned at a very early age. My mama taught me, keep your hands to yourself. Then when I was in elementary school, guess what they told us? Keep your hands to yourself. And I am a firm believer that man, woman, whoever, keep your hands to yourself. And when you don't, expect outcomes. That's just how I look at it. So I believe that the 1 in 4 women is accurate and maybe even underrepresented, but the 1 in 7 men definitely underrepresented. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. I have 2 friends that experienced domestic violence from a woman and still stuck with her.
I have too. I mean, I literally, this was moons ago when I was in Atlanta. One of my first relationships it was like 10 years ago. Woman threw something at me, hit me with something, and like grabbed my arm and like literally had bruises on my arm. And I didn't say I'm not going to do nothing. I won't say repeat what I said, but I will say I put the fear of God in her on at the end of it, because I don't bother nobody, and I don't believe in hitting women unless I'm attacked. And to be honest with you people, it took everything in my soul to not like throw her out the window that day.
Trust me.
And what I learned that day, I'm gonna be honest with you all. What I learned that day was, if I ever have to get that upset with a person, they need to get away from me immediately. You need to. That is a sign. If I ever get even half that upset, because I literally was so upset. It was like a red film was over my eyes. Like I literally, how people say you saw red? I thought that was a saying. No, seeing red is a real thing. I literally saw red. And yeah, I was sitting there calculating how much money I had in my account for my cousin to bail me out of jail. That was literally the thoughts that were going through my head at that time. Hey, Shantae.
What's going on, Shantae? Yeah.
Hit that like button if you have not already. Thank you guys for joining us. We are discussing Xavier Worthy and the domestic violence and his arrest. And man, this has been a doozy.
Yeah, I've experienced a crazy person before, and she got into my face. That relationship I told you about, and she tried it took everything in me not to do anything. I'm talking about, she called me a BAN, ban. She called me a ban, put the finger in my face. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? You gonna hit me, huh? What you gonna do? And I was like,
I want to. Right.
Lord, I was like, yo. And it was in front of my mother. Oh. And she saw the whole thing. And she's like, don't do it, Joel. She says, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take a walk. Take a walk. I literally had to run outside, and she was coming after me. Ooh.
I'm so thankful. This is why there's only been like 1 or 2 women I've even brought around my mother, to be perfectly honest, because
that was
you have to be so vetted, and yeah, I'm you just ain't meeting the folks.
Woo, buddy, that's
just a mess.
That was a wild situation. Hacked social media. I mean, I could go all day, but anyways, I understand.
You understand?
It's a dangerous game, man. And I still have, I'll be honest, still PTSD from allowing certain access and stuff like that because of those things. So, and as a person that understands how the law works, I'm not going to reveal too much. It's a dangerous game once you're accused of something, and it's hard to fight it.
Yeah, you have to not put yourself in certain situations because you're not going to win. You're always going to lose. Always. And once you understand that, you'll be fine.
Yep.
All right, one last part on this. Let's pull that up. Here's a breakdown of what we said.
Okay.
Imagine you go to jail because your girlfriend was cheating on you, decided to rip out your dreads, so now you look like this. But somehow she not in the wrong. Let me explain the story for y'all. Kansas City football player Xavier found out that his girlfriend was cheating on him 2 weeks ago. For 2 weeks, he tried to get her to leave his crib. She was not going. When told to leave again, she got physical, ripped out his dreads, destroyed his crib. A man's had to join Taper Fade Nation, but he went to jail because she decided to lie to police and claim that he grabbed her up. It was proven false due to witnesses stating that he never did that, which is why they dropped the charges. But in the midst of his arrest, you already seen how social media was going. Quick to jump on the slide, quick to say he did it, trying to ruin that man's career. So again, I ask you, how could he be wrong because he didn't want to end up like Travis Hunter? How could he be wrong because he wanted to separate himself from her and she lashed out? That's crazy, bro.
I mean, that just literally summed up everything we just said.
Why did they throw Travis' name out there? That's so messed up.
But is he wrong?
He ain't wrong, though.